What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be testing out Supervised Full Self-Driving 12.3.5. I know there are some that are getting the 12.3.6. I have not received it yet, and also I do apologize, I don't have my mic with me. I forgot that at home, but I'm going to get this video through for you guys. So we're going to be testing 12.3.5 on the 2024 Tesla Model 3. So I put in my address. I'm going to be going to Staples. We're going to see how well it performs. Now, Elon Musk on Twitter did say that 12.4 and 12.4 is going to be a huge improvement, and 12.5 is something totally different. So 12.3.5 is just incremental improvements, but we're going to truly see how well it performs. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get out of here real quick. Let's make our way. There we go. So it says temporarily unavailable. I'm going to try it again. There we go. So now it's doing everything on its own. The one thing with 12.3.4 was if it, like, when it was turning at these stop signs or when there was oncoming traffic. So it's a bit hesitant right here. And I'm gonna go like this, just so you guys can get a better view. There's an oncoming car on the left. Let's see if it turns. I think it's gonna wait. Actually, like, it had that time to turn. If it was just me driving, I probably would have made that turn 3 times already. But right now, there's no cars on. Well, now there's a car on the right. Now there's a car on the left. So it really does take its time, and sometimes as a driver, you do get irritated by it. But here we go. And it's quick to make the turn, so if there's any oncoming traffic, you'll make it. So you don't need to worry about that. Apply slight turning force to the steering wheel. On the right hand side ahead, there is a car parked on the side. So let's see if it's going to show. It shows right there. See if it maneuvers a little bit around it, or gives it enough space at least. It did fine. And I can bring up the speed to 40. And I think, according to the map, this should be taking us on the expressway. We'll see exactly where it's taking us. Right now, we're just on a normal suburban street. Going 35. There's a school speed limit right here, and it says 25, but it didn't change it, so that's a good thing. We're still going 35. So far, it's fine. It's doing its thing. I'll put it that way. And this shows a lot of cars parked in the driveways, which I think it's pretty cool. So it's making the right turn signal ahead. There's a red light. It shows right here. There's a gas station to my right, and it shows that truck parked. So the cars ahead of me, they're making a right turn on a red light, which is fine. Now it turned green, so obviously I can turn, apply slight force to steering wheel, which I did. Made that turn. It's still really kind of hesitant. And it miraculously avoided those 2 potholes. But I think that I don't think that was intentional. Going to go ahead and mute those messages. All right, so it's a green. There we go. All right, ahead it says left on green, arrow only. So far it's doing pretty good. Again, it was a little hesitant with turning left at the very beginning. Again, like, if it was me driving, I could have probably turned 3 times by the time the car on my left had approached me. But but nonetheless, it still made that turn. So far, it brought me out, and I'm going to be entering the expressway as soon as I turn screen, obviously. There is a decent amount of space between the vehicle in front of me as well. It even shows that the vehicle in front has its left signal on. So right now it's making that turn. It's taking its time. That's perfectly fine. Let's see this. There we go. So it's gaining momentum. It's hit the max speed limit. So it has to merge, and it's taking some time to merge. I would have merged by now, but there we go. So now we can essentially go just the normal speed limit until we hit the exit. It's a 2-lane. This ride is pretty smooth. There's nothing that, it's nothing too kind of difficult. Like I think just driving straight is pretty fine for the vehicle. It does require a little bit more of a task when it's going to turn, or for example, like a roundabout. I really want to try FSD through a roundabout. That's what I'm really curious about. But again, imagine the fact that like with 12.4 and 12.5, if what Elon Musk does say is true, like it's going to be a substantial improvement over 12.3, then we're in for a treat. But every time I use full self-driving, it's just I'm still trying to grasp that this is actually a reality. It's true. Obviously you have to have your eyes on the road. There have been times I did try and it says, you know, pay attention to the road, or here and there you have to apply some slight turning force to the steering wheel. But other than that, right now both my hands are not on the wheel. Obviously my eyes are on the road, but the car is driving itself, which is really nice. So ahead it says road work 1 mile. It says left lane closed ahead, but by the time we get there we're already going to be exiting through where the GPS is showing us. Now do keep in mind, this is really cautious, and that's why it's called supervised self-driving beta for a reason. Like it's not going to drive like 70 on a 55, or it's not going to like speed up. So it made that right turn, it switched lanes, and it can see with the cameras on the side, which are hardware for with the 2024 Tesla Model 3. And if you're in the market right now looking to get a Tesla Model 3, I would recommend getting the performance over the long range. I picked up the long range, but the performance wasn't available, and I kind of was in need of a car, so I went with the Model 3 long range. But the performance you can actually get a little bit cheaper than the long range because of the $7,500 tax incentive, so that's a huge plus. But I made the exit right now, which is good. Ahead there's a red light, and I'm going to be turning left from here. So let's see how it performs. We're on a pretty busy street, and there's usually a lot of cars here. I personally don't like this street, but nonetheless it's slowing down, and I feel like it can calculate how far, when it needs to slow down, and how far it is from that red light. Again, you can see from the map right here, or just pretty much what the Tesla sees. You can see the oncoming traffic. You can see this car to my right stopped a little bit too far, and the van on the right lane is also ready to turn, even though it says no turn on red. There we go. It's turning green. Let's see how well it turns. It's taking its time. It's turning slow, but that's perfectly fine. It's picking up some momentum. The max speed is 40 anyway. I don't think I need to switch lanes because my destination, Staples, is on the left side. The one thing that sometimes gets the driver, or at least in my case, me annoyed, is not the fact that it's not about the full self-driving, it's surrounding people, the drivers, they probably can't even tell. Oh, and we got stuck at a red light. That's good though. The fact that they don't know that the car is driving, and the car is driving cautious, so it's driving at that speed limit, or maybe like 5 over, and the people behind me or next to me want to pass me. So it does kind of create some tension between other drivers, but that's perfectly fine until this becomes more widespread. And for a lot of people, it is, because Tesla did roll out 1 month of free supervised self-driving beta. If you want to pick it up afterwards, $99 a month, or pay $8,000 for the full, and that's down from $12K or $200 a month. So past the red or green light, and now ahead we're going to stop again at a red light. And to our right, we got a Red Lobster. Red Lobster used to be pretty good back in like 20 years ago. Now it's on its decline. It's on some down. It's going downhill, put it that way. That's just my thoughts, but let me know what you think. Again, we stopped at a red light. Very busy street. You can see 3 lanes on each side. Actually, 4 lanes on each side. Oh, green. We're going again. No time to talk. Let's see. And okay, it avoided that pothole too. Nice. And I don't think it just like coincidentally avoided that pothole. I don't know what it's doing. It disengaged. Why are you disengaging? There you go. Don't disengage on me. I don't know why it did that, but yeah, that's okay. It's still learning. It's still learning. So it's a green. Please turn green. There you go. Or turn green. Please turn left. After here, it's got to make another left. So let's see how it performs. And I have the right of lane right now. Okay, I thought it was going to turn left, but it went straight instead. Let's see what it does. So it says auto navigation complete. So it brought me to my destination. Let's see if it turns. Okay. Don't hit the curb. So what I'm going to do is take over because it sees those people. And I'm going to go ahead and park. So yeah, it brings you to your destination. I'm still trying. I don't know if there's a point where like you can park itself, or do you have to actually like come into the parking lot and then choose where to park. But I'm gonna actually go ahead and park pretty far away. So let's go ahead and let's just choose right here. Bring vehicle to complete park. And for some reason, what that guy did was completely wrong, but it likes to park backwards. Like, it will not park forwards. It always parks in reverse, which is fine. I mean, it's easier to get out, especially if there's a lot of cars around you, but there's no cars around me. So you could have just, you know, parked normally, but that's okay. And there you go. Did a pretty good job parking. Honestly, I think this was very good. The one thing I noticed is, yes, it's still hesitant on moving or turning, but it avoided the potholes, which was a huge thing in diagnosed in 12.3.4, that it did not avoid those potholes. So that's something that Tesla, again, it's they're learning. And I think that's why they kind of pushed out full self-driving beta and supervised to more people, so they can continue to learn. And we'll see what comes with 12.3.6. I already see that it's been rolling out for people. I'm waiting for it. Actually, you know, let's see, software. It says it's up to date already, but that's okay. We'll check again. And once we do get that update with 0.3.6, then I'll give you guys an update about that, as well as 12.4 and 12.5. So stay tuned to the channel. Let me know what other types of content you'd like to see about Tesla, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.